out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate the support. Bop, bop. Duck them hooks. They out there, man. Shout out to everybody been supporting me, man. Everybody been rocking with these videos, man. I appreciate y'all. I want to remind y'all once again, because I looked in the comments, you got some dude in there with that tomfoolery, man, trying to act like he's me, telling y'all to call this number. Please disregard those. I have reported them. I have deleted him. They just keep coming back. That is not me. I would never give you a number and say call. I would never do anything I have to say. I will verbalize it right here with y'all. So, with that being said, duck them hooks. We out here. 33, man. We on the road to 100K. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We on this positive movement, man, and we ain't gonna stop, can't stop, won't stop. Man, today I wanted to talk to y'all about that Charlie Sheen. Man, that Charlie Sheen is crazy. That Charlie Sheen had dudes feeling like they had tiger blood, man. Y'all remember when Charlie Sheen was running around telling something he had tiger blood? Man, listen. This was around the time I know I was at Wallace Ridge. They had cut out all the smoking. All the smoking tobacco products was illegal. They gave you a certain amount of time to get rid of the tobacco products, or it would be, you know, deemed as contraband. They stopped selling it. But if you already had some, you could keep it until a certain time. I forget, it gave you like a month, 2 months or something like that. So, dudes that had tobacco that was running store boxes and stuff, they saved their tobacco. They stopped selling, saved it. It's just like drug deal, you know what I'm saying? They want to be able to sell in a drought. So they want to hold it until there's a drought so they can take the prices and gouge all the way up. You know, if it costs $1 now, it might cost you 10, it might cost you 15. So that's what they was doing. Dudes was holding their tobacco, trying to hold it, you know, so they can make money off of it. Dudes was hiding tobacco in mail, food, sewing it in their clothes. I mean, it was just crazy, man. It was just crazy because couldn't nobody believe that they would just take the tobacco out of the system, you know. Now, me personally, like I told y'all before, I thought it was going to be a riot. I thought these dudes would rum over that tobacco, man, because that tobacco and that coffee, man, those two dangerous things in the prison, man. Those two things that get that Bethlehem put in you for playing with it. So I was surprised, man, that they didn't, you know, give more pushback about that tobacco than they did. But, you know, it was nationwide, it was statewide. They said they weren't going to do it no more. It was, you know, illegal. So that just skyrocketed the price of tobacco. So now, you know, everybody is trying to get tobacco in. Everybody trying to hide tobacco. Everybody trying to, you know, get ready for this big old drought that's getting ready to come along. And they thinking that they're going to come up, you know, get rich or die trying. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. And at the time, I was smoking cigarettes. I was still smoking cigarettes. You know, I was on again, off again, on again, off again. So it was crazy for me because I had tobacco, but I wasn't saving it. I was like, man, they ain't going to do this for real. They ain't going to do it. But they did it. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like in the same position. I had a little bit enough surplus to last me for a while, but then I eventually ran out. So dudes started selling tobacco when it was over, when it was done. Man, they first came out, man, they was selling like, man, little pen roll-up cigarettes for like $6. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like $6. It was crazy, but dudes was buying them because, you know, dudes had these habits and they wanted to feed their habit. They wanted to smoke. Smoke was cigarettes was a part of their calmness. It was a part of their daily routine. It was a part of them, you know, coping with what was going on around them. Cigarettes and coffee, they was like coping mechanisms. You know, me, when I smoked cigarettes, it was kind of like that for me. I smoked cigarettes when I drank coffee. I drank coffee, smoked a cigarette, try to get relaxed, try to take myself away from everything that was going on around me. But I could not see myself, buying anything from anybody, let alone for some jacked up prices. I just never been into that, doing my bit. Most of the time doing my bit, I always was the boss. I had this stuff. I had this, I had that. But I'm up here in these mountains, and I'm not trying to play with these hillbillies, man. I'm not trying to do nothing. My main objective while I'm up there is trying to get from up there. So I was like, boom, man, I just got to go ahead and quit. I can't, I ain't got time for this. And to be honest with you, I told y'all other videos, I'd be offended if somebody come try to sell me a cigarette for $6. I couldn't lie. I was on that type of time. I was trying to stay out of trouble, but at the same time, I still had a lot of me in me. And man, $6. Boop, boop, man, so it was getting crazy for me. So I had to come to a meeting of the minds in my head what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to kick it, but then the pressure of being up there and dealing with all you had to deal with, cigarettes was a coping mechanism. It would calm me down. It would, boom, boom, boom. So it was crazy, man. But then, luckily for me, being who I was most of the time, I could get them, dudes had, they would, I'm going to look out for you, man, woo, 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 give me some, whatever. But man, that started running dry. It started running dry. Dudes was selling the tobacco, but mind you, we up there in the mountains, so you couldn't really get it like talking about. And it was hard, man, to convince an officer up there to, take some money to bring in some tobacco. It was hard, but dudes, eventually they broke the dam. They started getting through. They had officers doing it, which to me was crazy because you talking about, man, almost everybody up there was racist. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't like you anyway, let alone you trying to tell them to break the law and bring something in. They'll lock you up just for that alone. They could if that's the route that they wanted to go. But no matter how racist you are, no matter where you are, money is universal. You know what I'm saying? They all want that money, and you had dudes up there that was able to produce that money and give to them and say, look, man, bring this in, bring that in. So you still had dudes getting tobacco. You still had certain dudes, in possession of it and was selling it and pinching it out and doing this and doing it. But they was making a killing, man, because like I said, dudes had those habits. And you had it's a lot of dudes in prison would rather drink coffee or smoke cigarettes before they eat. Let me say that again now. I'm telling you, it's dudes that would rather drink coffee or smoke cigarettes before they eat. They would trade you their tray, which is garbage, but they would trade you their tray for that. They'll trade you commissary for that. Dudes that had some food in their locker and no coffee, and they would trade you food for coffee. Dudes that had food in their locker and no cigarettes, and they would trade you food for cigarettes. So cigarettes and coffee has always been a big commodity since I've been in prison. Cigarettes, coffee, and stamps. Those things right there is currency in prison. That's currency. I don't care where you at, what compound you on. Those three things right there will get you money. So if you got a surplus of those, then you in penitentiary you balling. I mean you got it going on, man. You ahead of the game. So you got dudes that don't smoke. They will accumulate a whole lot of coffee. They will accumulate a whole lot of tobacco and cigarette products and stamps just to barter, to trade for things that they want. If you got a pair of shoes on they want and you get broke, they gonna try to, what you, man, I mean, you like that coffee, man, I give you 15 bags, They coming at you with all of that. You know what I'm saying? The flammery, the larceny is always in effect. It don't bother them, it don't matter to them because they don't drink coffee. They don't smoke cigarettes. They don't use the stamps. So it's easy for them to accumulate a lot of it because it's not none being depleted. If you got a dude that smokes cigarettes and he trying to loan out cigarettes, he's smoking and loaning them out. He loaning them out and is paying for his smoking habit. He smoke for free because he getting double back. And you know what I'm saying? It's the way it goes. But then you have the dudes, like I say, that don't do nothing at all. and they just use it to make money. Those dudes make money, but then those same dudes could be also the dudes that use it to make money because they get high with the hard drugs. They get high with weed. They get high with, coke, dope, or whatever it is. So they accumulate all this money, on the regular days when there ain't no drugs on the compound, and they keep stacking their money, flipping it with coffee, flipping it with tobacco, flipping it with, stamps. And then when the dope or the drugs come on the compound, that there's drug of choice, they already got the money to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? They already got the money to pay for it. Everybody in penitentiary is hustling, angling, doing what they got to do to survive in prison. And that tobacco, man, when they took that tobacco, man, they changed the game in prison, man. Tobacco went from being nothing to everything. Tobacco went from being at the bottom of the barrel to jumping over top of, weed, crack, dope, coke. Tobacco was by the time I left the prison, tobacco was the #1 commodity in prison. You can take tobacco and get super rich in prison. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking penitentiary rich. I'm talking about real rich. You know what I'm saying? Dudes was making so much money off of tobacco, man. I'm talking about thousands and thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars. Dudes, you could get before I left prison, man, you probably could, like I said before in other videos, you probably could get a $15, $12 bag, pound of tobacco out here on the street. And you send that in prison, man, you going to make easily over 15, 10, maybe $10,000, $15,000. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, $10,000, $15,000. You know what I'm saying? What's that movie? What's that? Austin Powers? $15,000. Yeah, man, they was getting paid in there off of that stuff, man, because like I said, it's more people that do tobacco than do drugs. So it has been a part of the system since I've been in the system. So people have a habit. People is used to smoking every day, and then you just cut them off of that. It's a hard thing to quit. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, if you do something every day, if somebody just take it away from you and make it illegal or not available, it's going to affect you because this is a part of your daily routine. This is a part, like I said, if you do something every day, it becomes a routine, and routine becomes a habit. A habit, becomes a lifestyle. So that's your lifestyle now. And this is what you do, and you just can't just cut that off. Most people can't. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So it was a big old commodity, but by the time I'm up there in Wallace Ridge and they done implemented all this stuff, now all the tobacco is gone. It's illegal. You can't have it, so everybody's getting paid off of it. So now it still is a drought because only certain people going to have it, and they only going to have it at certain times. So now the police don't supposed to have tobacco or anything on the compound at all neither. No cigarette, no tobacco products. We up in hillbilly country. Man, these dudes work there. They ain't trying to hurt it. Man, they sneaking in stuff on their own because they chew tobacco. Tobacco chewing up there was like, man, it was like breathing. They had females, COs up there chewing tobacco, man. I kid you not. They had females up there walking around with tobacco in their mouth, spitting it out. It was crazy. So somebody, whoever he was or whatever they was thinking about, they came up with the idea because all these COs was walking around chewing tobacco, which was a tobacco product. So they came up with some type of idea because these COs weren't supposed to have it on the compound, but the administration won't really pushing it. They need these workers. They need them. You know what I'm saying? They only going to fire them when they got to fire them. But so many of them, it was like they expect us to, boom, change our lifestyle. You smoke every day and then, boom, we take it away from you. You need to adjust. Hey, we ain't trying to hurry. That's what it is. They don't give them that same leniency. They know these people been chewing tobacco all their life and now they coming to work. So you tell them they can't bring no tobacco products on the compound. Then some of these people want to quit. They don't want to be there. So now they ain't got nobody man in prison. So what they do is they give them leniency. They let them come in with the tobacco. They let them come in with their snuff and chewing. They let them do it. Even though it's illegal. It's illegal for them and there's no consequences. It's illegal for us. If we get caught, we going down. You know what I'm saying? Like the Titanic. Getting the charge, going to the hole, all of this. We violate, but they letting them get away with it. So, by them bringing it in and getting away with it, like I said, they chewing it all day. So now they spitting it out or taking it out their mouth and throwing it down when they see a supervisor just trying to show respect or whatever. So now you got tobacco that's been chewed, laid all over the yard, man. It's everywhere. Everywhere you go. You go to the child hall, there's tobacco everywhere. A pallet of tobacco over here, pallet of tobacco over there. You go outside for records, tobacco over here, tobacco. Boom. They set up in the booth all night. They chew tobacco and they throw it all in the trash bags, a little small waste trash basket they got, and they tie it up in a knot and they throw it away in the dumpster in the morning. Man, somebody said to themselves, oh, even though this tobacco is chewed and spit out and been in somebody's mouth, hey, it's tobacco. We don't have none. I'm going to recycle this. And that's when Charlie Sheen was born. Yeah, man, that's when Charlie Sheen was born. Man, they was taking tobacco off of the ground, picking up, spit out tobacco. I know it sounds disgusting. That's what they was doing. Taking it back, making little bongs like we make, with the little toilet paper, whatever. Taking some cardboard, take the tobacco, put some rubber gloves on, spread the tobacco all out, separate it and stuff. And they lighted a fire, man, and it would dry the tobacco that had been chewed and wet. It would dry it back out and make it like, tobacco. They would take it and bag it up in little cigarettes or roll it up in cigarettes, and they started selling it. And dudes that wasn't smoking and hadn't been smoking for a while, been trying to smoke and was in this big drought, they was hitting it and getting, ooh, man, this is strong. This is like a cool. This is like a Newport 100. They was out of their mind. And not knowing what it was because won't nobody telling them what it was. So they chewing this, they smoking this stuff, and then dudes and not knowing where it's come from, not really knowing what it is. It looked like tobacco, it smelled like tobacco, and dudes is buying it. $6, $7, $8 of cigarette. So now this is a money-making scheme. And everybody is being able to smoke now because it's endless, right? So because they bringing it on the compound every day. So now everybody's smoking that and you can smell it all in the party. Got a stronger smell, when dudes are smoking it. So now dudes like, man, who got the tobacco? Who got the tobacco? So then somebody, whoever it was that was smoking it, man, they started saying, oh yeah, ain't no tobacco on the compound. Oh, there's some on here now. And then it was at the time that all the stuff that was going on with Charlie Sheen, when he was acting crazy and going all wild all on the internet and everything. So they started saying, oh, somebody got that Charlie Sheen. They said, what you mean Charlie Sheen? Winning. Winning. We got it. They trying to keep winning. So this penitentiary stuff is crazy, man. So they started calling it Charlie Sheen because Charlie Sheen kept on repeating and kept on regurgitating winning, tiger blood, all this crazy stuff he was saying, but he was saying he was winning because no matter what you say about him, he said he winning. So now dudes feel like they can smoke winning, you know what I'm saying? So they started calling it Charlie Sheen. Once dudes found out what it was, you would think they would be mad and irritated and like, man, what this been in somebody's mouth and what? Nah, it won't none of that. They was just happy to smoke. They was happy to smoke and happy to pay for it because that's what it was. So that created all of these beefs because now everybody knows it's a commodity. Everybody knows it's free. You ain't got to get nobody to bring in no sack. You ain't got to get nobody to send you no money. You could just go out on the yard and find it. So now everybody beefing. Every time somebody go out on the yard trying to make money, they looking on the ground. So dudes is, I got that, no, I got that. And then dudes is fighting and rumbling over this stuff. The administration is closing a blind eye to this because they don't want nobody to say, oh, they got the beef and they got the fighting over tobacco because tobacco don't even supposed to be on the compound. So they would be, at fault for the altercation. You know what I'm saying? When you go back to the origin, what did this come from? It came from them fighting over tobacco. What is tobacco doing? People had to answer too many questions. So they closed a blind eye to that. Man, dudes was getting savage out there for that tobacco, man. Dudes was getting knocked out. Dudes was getting the Bethlehem put in them. Dudes was going in the cell rumbling because a dude seen some on the yard and he ran over and picked it up before he can get it. And I mean, it was just chaos, man. It was chaos. Dudes, the housemen were beefing with each other because they trying to get out there to the trash can in the morning to take the trash out the building to dump it. But the main thing was they would push the big trash can out there and take it out there and dump it, and then, you know, dumpster dive and look in the bag, look in the trash can for all the little small waste paper bags that had been thrown out from last night from the previous shift. The dudes was chewing tobacco all night and spitting it out and throwing it in the trash can, then tie it up and get it out there so the next person coming on work that might not chew tobacco didn't smell it and wouldn't tell on them, or they was beefing and they, you know, it was just crazy. So they would go to the trash can and the whole trash can would reek of, you know, tobacco, you know, so they could smell it. So they know it's in there, so they dumpster diving and looking around at the tower, and they take these little small bags and throw them in the trash can and act like they coming back in with an empty trash can because they were supposed to take the trash out there and dump it. And then they coming back in, but they got 6, 7, 8 bags from different booths at night, and they got that in there, and they gonna take them in their room, bust them all open, cipher through it, find the tobacco in there, take it all out amongst all the trash and all this, pick out all the little debris that might be in it, heat it up, throw it on the hot fire, cook it up, dry it out, and they got a whole pile of tobacco, a whole pile of, i.e., money. Money. Somebody gonna buy all of that ASAP. They gonna fight to get it. Winning. Charlie Sheen was in the penitentiary, man. Charlie Sheen was in the penitentiary. He has no idea, you know. And dudes was smoking that stuff, man. It felt like they had tiger blood, man. Dudes was trying to get it and felt like they had tiger blood. They want to fight. You know, man, I got that. Man, I'm going out there this morning. I'm taking the trash. No, I'm supposed to take trash. No, they beefing. They want this tobacco, man. You know, when you pile a lot of people up in a closed environment, right, and you make only certain things accessible to masses of people, you are automatically going to have controversy because it's not enough, you know, supply and demand. You got 4 phones, or 4 showers and 10 phones for 80-something people. Supply and demand is automatically only the strongest gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? It's survival of the fittest. It's Hunger Games because everybody wants one thing, but it's not enough for everybody. So when you got this tobacco and it's only certain avenues to get it, everybody trying to get it, only certain people gonna get it. So the fittest and the strongest gonna get it, and they gonna come up off of it. They gonna make money off of it. And the ones who don't get it gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But then you got dudes that just sit back because they ain't about that war. They ain't about that physical Bethlehem play. They just gonna sit back and say, I'm gonna buy it. I just buy it. Whoever got it, I'm buying it. You know what I'm saying? So dudes will be in the block, and all of a sudden, this dude got some tobacco for sale. Then this dude got some. Then this dude got some. So now the original dude that might have been getting in there, he mad because he beefing because now he got competition. Man, it was just insanity, man. It was just pure insanity. All over something that's been in somebody's mouth that's been chewed and been spit out. And man, it was, yeah, man, it's just crazy. And I cannot sit up here. You know, I told y'all, talk to me, I talk back, man. I cry to you before I lie to you. I would love to tell y'all that I had never smoked none. But I did. I smoked some before, but I smoked it before I knew what it was. And it tastes like tobacco. You know, you got the same hit as a cigarette. It was just strong. So when I was like, man, what is it? When I found out what it was, then I was appalled. I was like, man, I was mad. I was like, what? This on the yard? It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, and that was a major part of the incentive where I just stopped smoking. You know what I'm saying? My mind already wanted me to stop smoking anyway, because it was some few dudes still getting real tobacco. They was getting it in. They was getting cigarettes in. Dudes was breaking the cigarettes down. They was getting real tobacco from off the street from police. They was breaking that down. They was selling. And I would get some every now and then, give me a little surplus of it. Smoke. I was smoking less than I normally had smoked before they stopped it, you know, trying to whittle down the quitting. But I still was smoking. So, but when that started depleting, and then dudes, I got, oh man, I'm gonna give you something. But they was giving me the Charlie Sheen, you know what I'm saying? So I got to the point where I said, man, I just can't do it. But once I found out for sure that that's what that was, I was done. I was done. And the crazy part about it is, I'm like, I think I said this before in a video before. I'm like one of the, I told you I went to medical one time and had a physical, and the dude told me, the doctor came out there and told me I was one of the most rarest dude he's seen as far as like my genetics or whatever, because I was actually immune to hepatitis, which is rampant in the penitentiary. You can get hepatitis out the shower, you can get hepatitis from this, you get hepatitis, it's just all different strands of hepatitis. I got some type of gene in my body that fights off hepatitis, so I can't even get hepatitis. So hepatitis is almost a 60, 70, 80, 90% chance you gonna get it. You keep chewing stuff that came off the yard, chewing stuff that came, smoking stuff that came off the yard, smoking stuff that's been in somebody's mouth, smoking stuff that's been in trash. This is a breeding ground for hepatitis. You know what I'm saying? But it did not stop nobody, because dudes only saw what they wanted to see. They all, I wanted to smoke, I'm under stress, I'm under pressure. Man, I ain't tripping what it is. It look like tobacco. It don't look wet. It don't look like it been in nobody's mouth. It's dried out like tobacco. And they was smoking it, man. And I'm telling you, they was fighting over it. They was beefing over it. They was causing wars over it. Dudes was, you know, getting hurt over it. Dudes was not liking each other. All over something that's been in somebody's mouth, man. And they felt like they was winning. But were they winning? You know what I'm saying? This is your frame of mind when you in a stuck position. You know what I'm saying? When you drowning, you use anything to stay afloat. They was trying to stay afloat. That was all that was available. They wanted it. People came up off of it. People made money. This was going on when I left the penitentiary. It was still going on. But I was up in the mountains, but when I came down to Flatland, there ain't no officers walking around chewing tobacco, you know what I'm saying? But up there in the mountains, that Charlie Sheen will get you killed. That Charlie Sheen will get you killed, man, because they wanted it, they had it, it was the only thing. And like I said, up there, they had corrupt police that was still, that money language, they gonna move, they gonna bring, but they won't doing it like they do on Flatland. On Flatland, I don't care where you at, you gonna be able to get whatever you want, because somebody gonna take that money. You know, they can bring you everything in there besides a whole woman. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you gonna get it. And then you got whole women in there that's gonna move for that money, and they not can't bring you that one in there, but they gonna say they got their self for that money. So, but other than that, in the penitentiary, if you got enough money, anything coming up in there, man. Anything coming up in there, that's everything. Because that's just the, you know, that's just the nature of where we are. Them people not getting paid a whole lot of money. They doing a whole lot. They doing more than they should be doing. They doing too much, but they ain't getting paid a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So when you start throwing that money at them, man, they'll make it happen for you. If you throw the right price at them, they'll make it happen for you. But up there in the mountains, man, it was limited, man. You may find a CO or 2 or 3, but they be so spread out and they be so scared it ain't nothing coming in there like a regular. So dudes is just in there like, and you know, just suffering from what they want, from what their habit is, for what they need, you know. So when it comes, however it comes, in whatever form it comes in, if it will cure what ails them, they gonna pay for it. And that Charlie Sheen was it, man. That Charlie Sheen was hidden up there in the mountains, man. That Charlie Sheen was the thing up there in that mountains, man. Anybody been up there in that mountains in Wallace Ridge, they heard about that Charlie Sheen. Yeah, they thought they was winning, you know, but yeah, it was crazy. And they made them feel like they had tiger blood because they was fighting over it. They was rumbling over it. They was, you know, putting that Bethlehem in each other over it. All for the almighty dollar, man, of something that could possibly be killing you and you don't even know it. But it was going down, man. It was going down. These are some of the crazy things that happen in penitentiary. This is the life that you're going to have to live in penitentiary. This is what's going on. This is how desperate people are in there. This is how, you know, at the bottom of the barrel we feel like, man, hey, that's all I can get, I'll take it. You know, this is it. This is it. This is your life when you in prison, you know. So, yeah, stay up out of there. It ain't nothing nice, man. It ain't nothing nice. But, yeah, I thought about that old Charlie Sheen because I talked to somebody recently that was up there with me. They said, man, remember that Charlie Sheen? And I said, I certainly do. I certainly do. Crazy, man. Crazy, but true. You know, but, anyway, man, I wanted to drop that on y'all, man. I wanted to drop I know y'all probably sitting there saying, man, that is insane. But you never know what you do when you under that type of pressure, man. And it's pressure in the penitentiary. The penitentiary is pressure. They need to change the name from prison to pressure. It's pressure. Every day, all day, period. Pressure, you know. So, yeah. But like I say, man, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. And the blessing is, man, that I had enough discipline, man, where I say, man, okay, enough is enough. I got to stop this. You know, even though I was immune to it, it was psychological to me. I could not see myself making a conscious choice to smoke something that's been in somebody else's mouth and spit out. I just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. But, you know, I don't knock nobody who did. I do not, because, you know, you do what you got to do to give you some type of peace of mind, man. And, you know, to my knowledge, the blessing is nobody got killed over that Charlie Sheen. Many got hurt. Many got hurt. But to my knowledge, nobody got killed over that Charlie Sheen. But since I've been gone, there's been some deaths up there in the mountains. I don't know what it's about. I have no knowledge of that. It could have been over the Charlie Sheen. Who knows? Hopefully it wasn't. But, you know, the blessing is, man, that, you know, like I say, man, nobody got killed, man. But when you in that jungle, man, I'm telling you, man, it's nothing nice, man. You at risk at all times from all angles, man. And it's just not a life, man, that you want to live. And when you out here in this free world, you never have to live this life. You never have to live it. Just be smart, be safe, and make good decisions, man. And don't submit your life for this foolishness. This chaos, this crazy world, man. Stay up out of here, man. Stay free. Stay free. TBP, man, I see y'all in 24 hours, man. I appreciate the love, man. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Let's get to this 100K. I want the plaque on the wall. I want it. I need it. We got to spread this message all over the world, man. And the only way we're going to do that is to get the maximum exposure. So, let's get it, man. 2023, man, we going hard in the paint, man. I need y'all to have my back. I got y'all back. Where I go, y'all go. Let's get it, man. I'm working over here. I got some surprises coming up for y'all lately. I mean, soon. So y'all stay tuned. Stay locked in. I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man, and duck them hooks, man, because they out there, man. Even the Charlie Sheen, you are not winning. Boom, 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 boom. Bang! We out here, baby. Man.
The bacon special. Yeah. Pure deliciousness. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know. And I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.